Settle down, everybody. Settle down. Thank you very much, though. Welcome back to The Buzz. Today's session is going to be on taking an Ionian scale and flipping it inside out, forward and backwards, in a couple different ways, creating arpeggios, one octave at a time, and then turning it into a fabulous riff. The riff, you ask? Is that? Quite nice. A little yelling at the end there. A little yell. Let's get down to it, shall we? The scale first, 3 notes per string. On the central note here, on the E string, you can use second or third finger. I'm going to use second finger because I like the feeling of that stretch. It's kind of like yoga. Do what feels right. Don't push it because the guy next to you is playing it differently. That's ridiculous. Come on. Come on, everyone. Practice in thirds if you'd like to get even further warm. Alternate pick. A little slower for those of you who haven't seen the video prior leading up to this that shows the same technique. Treat each note of the scale like it's the beginning of a 3-note pattern. 1, 2, 3, right? Go to the second note of the scale and ascend 3 notes. Third note. 3 notes. Fourth note, etc. You get the idea, right? Kind of. Alright, so take just the first 6 notes of the scale, guys, on the 6th and 5th string, E and A. Play the lowest note of the E string, central note on the A string, and then the highest pitch on the 6th string. So when you look at this, it's kind of like, okay, here's the base of one corner of a triangle, here's the tip of the triangle, and here would be the other corner of the triangle, right? So it's like, it's elongated, it's a very long triangle. So we play A, E, C sharp. Now invert those notes. Now we're going to have this. Lowest note on the A string, middle note on the E string, highest note on the A string. Now we've taken that triangular form and inverted it, you know? So super slow. As always, practice slowly, please. You dig? Second pattern. And we're going to keep that going until we get to the final note of the scale, that high A, you know? So, alternate pick, please. From there, let's go to the A string. A string, D string, the same exact sort of pattern for this. I hate using that word pattern, but this really is a very pattern-forming exercise for gaining independence for the pick and for your left hand, for crying out loud. Here we go. Lowest note on the A string, middle note on the D, highest on the A. Right, there's that triangle again. But then when we go to the D string, the scale pattern has us playing on the 6th fret of the D string. So what was appropriate on the previous set of strings is now no longer appropriate because it's the wrong note. So here's our new form. Right? Slow. Little horizontal vibrato, very cellistic vibrato. The same thing on the D string and the G string, cats. Here we go. Are you with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? So try bringing those together before we get to the last two strings. I gave it away. That's as far as we've talked about. Here's the next part, the final form, final arpeggios. Okay, so we have C sharp, lowest note in the G string. The central pitch on the B string is this G sharp. Notice my pinky is hinging, I got this, a hinge. C sharp, G sharp, and then E. E is the highest pitch on the G string. From there, lowest pitch on the B string, hinge again to the G string 7th fret. That's the middle note on that string, keeping the pattern and the formation of the form the same as we did before. Lowest on B, mid on G, to the highest on the B string. So that final form, if I play like with individual fingertips, not very economical this way, but okay. So now try to economize when you're on the 9th fret and the 7th fret. Have your pinky play with the pad of the pinky on the 9th, then hinge it to the tip on the G string. So you have like this kind of hinging motion, like I mentioned before, the hinge. And then same thing on the B string and the G, 7th fret. Pad, lift the pad, it mutes the B string, the tip plays the G, the pinky plays by itself. Very economical, movement-free way of playing. It's so nice to have a lot of notes happen with as little movement as possible. The economics of fine guitar playing. So let's take a look at that whole thing once more, shall we? Slow from the beginning. Little exaggerations there with the hinge bar on purpose. The last part of this session I would like to talk about now is a theoretical approach to those same arpeggios. We've learned the patterns, you've played them perhaps a couple of times, rewound and looped the segments to commit them to memory, to get some mastery happening on those. Let's figure out exactly what's going on though. So if I start on A, I play an E and a C sharp. Right, A, C sharp, and E is an A major chord, right? So I'm playing an A major arpeggio. And then when I play B, D, and F sharp, it's a B minor arpeggio. So I'm going A major, B minor. You can also regard B, D, and F sharp as maybe the 5th, 7th, and 9th of an E9 chord. So an E9 brings us back to an A, So if I start with an A major arpeggio, and then play a rootless and thirdless E9 chord, seems kind of preposterous. It creates a little bit of tension that ultimately brings us back to the A chord again. That's a little bit of a stretch, but A minor to B minor fits pretty snug. The next one, if I play D, F sharp, and A, here's D, here's A, here's F sharp. There's my D major chord, right? D, F sharp, major third, F sharp to A minor third, major arpeggio. E, G sharp, and B, right? E major. So now this part I'm playing the 4 chord and the 5 chord of the key of A. So I'm going 1 chord, A major, 2 chord, B minor, 4 chord, D, E chord, right? G sharp diminished, right? Which totally brings us back to the 1 chord again, right? So really nice resolution there. As it continues, I play the 3 chord C sharp minor, C sharp, E, and G sharp. And then from here to finish it, it's a little strange. I'm finishing on the 4 chord. Right? That can resolve. Oh, quite nice, right? So C sharp minor, 4 chord D major, D shares an A with the A chord. Take the D back to C sharp, and then we're resolved. That progression comes to rest. One last time, a little bit slower. Take some notes. Here we go. Don't rewind it and watch it again. Just write everything down. Write down what I say. Here we go. A major, B minor, D major, E major, G sharp diminished, A major, C sharp minor, D major, but bring now the D back to C sharp. And there's root and third of my A major chord. Resolved. Resolution. Slow practice, cats. Slow practice. Alternate pick.